Hey, mamas. Okay, so I've been holding off, but I am ready to share. So I've been working this past year um, on a book, What to Teach Your 1-Year-Old. It's a workbook. So basically, 15 minutes a day, you use this workbook and you should be able to teach the main concepts. Because there is a lot you can teach your 1-year-old. And the internet apparently doesn't know it, because when I was looking to teach Manu things, because I knew he was ready, I wanted him to get ready for pre-K, and everything that I found online was for 3-4 years old. And what about the ones and the twos? So I said, let me just create some activities, create different things, and this was born. So basically, let me lower this. Everything that you can teach a 1-year-old. So you can start with the ABCs. You can do a lot of letter sounds because they're starting to talk, so you want to work on that. You can work on the primary colors, the numbers, rhymes and songs, and animal sounds, and recognize animals by name. Body parts, because did you know that by 15 months they should know about like 5 or 6 body parts? Like they should be able to identify. If you say, where's your nose? They should be able to do this. I was at 16 months and he had no idea, because I never taught him. I never taught him the body parts because I didn't know he was ready for that. I didn't know they were supposed to know that. But now you do. And then identify common objects they use in the everyday life. So this is like 76 pages of things that you can work. So each section that you can work. So let's say for the ABCs, there's a how to play. So remember, it's just 15 minutes a day. These are quick, like workbook, let's say like morning starters that you can do. On top of that, you can do sensory activities, you can do messy play, you can do arts and crafts. But this is just like, quick little things that you can do every day, that at least, you know what? I got it out of the way, I taught him something, and now we can do some free play. So this is a PDF printable. And what you end up doing, I just bound it because it's easier for me to share this. But what you end up doing is you end up creating a binder, and you can laminate or you can use sheet protectors, and you will be creating interactive games. And this is for like, the colors. So there's a lot of matching happening and a lot of touching, because they learn best like that. So we recently lost, oh, no, that's not it. So, we play a lot with, right now everybody's talking about Baby Shark. So I created Baby Shark. This is my version of Baby Shark, but instead it's colors. So we play with that. This is just so they get familiar with the ABCs. And then this is one of my favorite sheets that I've been sharing. It's the letter sound. So you say A is for apple, apple. B is for ball, ball. And I actually have a copy of these on his changing table, because that's kind of what we sing while we're changing the diaper. So we are learning. And then this one is one of his favorite worksheets, and it's to match. It's the letter sound. A is for apple, apple. So there's a lot of matching with Velcro, because I understand not everybody likes to do messy, and you don't really have the time to do messy all the time. So we work a lot on songs and rhymes. So 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. And they actually love to hang on to the monkeys. They love to put them back. And it really engages them. And they learn best when they are engaged. And this is like Old MacDonald had a son. Yeah. So, and the cow says moo. So it's just simple and it's easy. You can use, you can laminate it and then you can cut it. I'm going to show you how they come in the PDF, but this is kind of like the end product. And there is an option to buy the end product, like I will do the printing for you, I will do, you know, the lamination and the cutting, and you can get that, because I understand not everybody has the time to do that either. So this is to, you know, work on animal sounds, and you know, that Velcro, that sound of the Velcro, they love it. So this is kind of the beginning, like the one that I started working with. I work with flashcards with matching. So if you have the red fish, you know, put it on the red. And there's actually a lesson on the blog about how to teach that very first color lesson. So if you go on the blog, you'll be able to find that. So when I, you know, after he's almost 2, so I said, you know what, there's a lot that we did that I wish the workbook had. And that's why I decided to, you know, add more stuff to the workbook. So this is, you know, a version of the sound alphabet song that we worked on. This one actually has the song that you can do. So A is for apple, apple. B is for ball, ball. And then you keep going as far as, you know, they can, you can grab their attention. So you'll be able to go farther and farther. So with the rhymes, I added a new section. So we have 5 little ducks. So it comes like this, and then you cut them and Velcro it so that you can place it over it. So let's say, you know, this is the cutout for the monkeys, and this is the bed for the monkeys, and then you end up seeing what I just showed you. So that's what you end up with. Same with Old MacDonald. But I actually added a few finger action songs. So they learn best at this age when you do like Itsy Bitsy Spider. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my favorite action songs that you can play with, and they're super simple. It tells you exactly, you know, what to do. There's activities to work on the farm animal sound, so we did that. This is new. So these are animal flashcards that you can cut and then just keep handy. You know, moo says the cow, quack says the duck, and everything that you can manipulate, it's fine, and you don't always have to do, you know, messy. But when you do, there's art activities that go along with the subject. So let's say this one is for this is the learning animal sounds. So there's a few animal sounds and worksheet. So let's say this one is for the sheep. So it says you can glue cotton balls onto the sheep as you practice and repeat the sound the sheep makes, ba. Then you can hang the art project once it's completed to display and practice as you change your little learner's diaper or when you walk around. So then you will end up with a gallery of art activities that your little one has made, and then you can they can be proud of their work, and then you can use it as a big flashcard basically that you can do, you know, use point and ask. So it has, you know, a few animals. We have talked about the cow and just the very common ones, right? Then we're working on language development. So we have the animal names. And then, you know, a lot of matching. So you have one to match and one to cut out. And then we have body parts. So it tells you a few different games that you can do with the following sheets that you can use to learn. They love babies, so that's why I added a baby. And then the Montessori in me wants to use real babies. So this is where the real babies come in. And then there's, you know, matching. Let me see if I can go like that. You can see what I'm flipping through instead of just seeing my face. So then we have vocabulary, the objects. So again, instructions, how to use. matching, how to play. And this is a bad printout that I got, but you'll get a better version, like, you know, like this, right? This is what you'll end up with. You'll cut, and then, oh, where's the cup? And you'll be surprised, they love this one, the spoon and the fork, and they'll even pretend they're eating with it. It's so funny. Then, you know, we work through the colors, so it tells you, it even gives you, like, you know, YouTube songs that you can use to, you know, to learn the songs, to play along, or you can make your own. This is to make the fish, the regular one, and the flashcards that I showed you, you can even do them. And this is, I actually use construction paper, but there's a sheet for that. We have learning activities for colors. So again, if you want to go ahead and work through that, I mean, you can go simple. You can just use a crayon or a marker. You don't have to use paint if you don't want to be messy at all. Then we have counting, and counting, I moved it only to 5 because I realized past 5 it was just getting very difficult, and maybe it's because I started late. But there's a few worksheets and games for that. So these are, you know, the cutouts for you to place and count. And this one, you can use the same, or if you have real cars, you can always, you know, do real cars. You can use little people. You can use basically anything that can go in the road. This one's my favorite. It's counting, and you can use pom-poms to count. So 1, 2. So they'll be able to manipulate, and then they'll be able to place it. And they, you know, they look so simple, but they love it. We have counting. So, you know, you can color and cut the flowers, and then you can use the cards. I just realized this is the wrong printout. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to fix that. But yeah, so that is the whole book. So this is the What to Teach Your 1-year-old workbook. It is basically, I mean, if you don't want to do anything else, any activity at all, any sensory, you don't have the time, you work, or, you know, your kid just doesn't sit through it, and you take more time setting up than what you actually play, this is a really good option, because all you have to do is just, you know, take it out and play. And this month we're actually doing, and I'm going to upload this, but we're doing add-ons for the book. So when you buy the book, you actually get a seasonal folder that you can play with. So it's Christmas season right now, so we're playing matching with the colors, red and yellow. There's a counting activity, super easy. We haven't gone through all of them, but you know, this is more counting that you can do. See, this is like the art activities that I was telling you about. And I do like messy, so I use, you know, puffy paint here. I use regular paint. This was a marker for yellow, and we still have to go through green. We're working on it. But yeah, so, you know, if you have a 12-month-old up to 17, 18 months, or depending, you know, how good they are with their colors. Actually, I'm up to 2 years old. This is a great resource to have. There is nothing out there like this. I promise you, I looked everywhere, and the only thing that I found was a curriculum that is for real preschools to implement their teachings, and, you know, a curriculum in the structure. And a lot of the stuff that they had, you know, it was basically things that I've done, and that curriculum is over $1,000. So you can get that, or you can get this for $25, or you can get it printed for $50. So if you're interested and you're starting to look on what to teach your 1-year-old, I fully recommend it. Look, I made this for myself. I did this to teach my son. It was never meant to be something to sell. It was never meant to be something that I came up and said, you know, this is what I'm gonna develop, I'm gonna sell it. It didn't. It's something that I created, I shared, and people were all over it. Like, people loved the idea. They wanted to do it at home, and it was already done. So I made it better. I put instructions, and I put it out there for you guys to use. So what a better gift to give to your child than the gift of knowledge. And it only takes 15 minutes a day or less, because if you only do one sheet, that's 5 minutes. And then at least you said, you know what, one day I worked, and today I had time for 5 minutes, and I play with my son or my daughter, and we just practice colors. Or you can take this to the restaurant, and you know, you're waiting for the food, and you don't want to give them the cell phone, you want to give them the tablet. Pull it out. You know what, it's an easy binder that fits in the diaper bag, and you can use it and you can play with it. So if that's something that interests you, let me know. I'm gonna leave you the link, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a lot, and I'll be working on what to teach your 2-year-old, because that's where I'm at right now. And everything that I learn, I like to share, I like to document for you guys to use it and learn. Just the same as we did with the baby activities. So over 62 activities that you can do with your baby from the moment that they're born till the moment that they are 1 year old. This was a success. It's great sensory experience. And now for those that are ready for their first birthday, then this will be your next step. All right. So I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to share them, answer them, and walk you through it again. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.